Back, and we've got our friends from Bachmann Trains here. We've got Larry Harrington. We've got Ray Buteau, and we have a lot of great things to talk about here. First of all, how you guys doing?
Very great, well. John. Thanks for having us aboard.
Listen,
you guys.
Good to see you, Ray. Always good to see you. Larry, you too. We do our usual things at the train show. This is about as close as we're going to get this year. Exactly. But hey, Larry, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Okay.
And then tell us what's going on at Bachmann Trains.
Okay, very good. First thing we're going to announce today is the first time we've ever done this early. We're announcing our 2021 catalog. And normally we get this out at Toy Fair, but we don't actually have the printed copies yet, but we have them online on our website. So if you go to our website, bachmanntrains.com, go to the upper right-hand corner, it'll say catalogs and brochures. You click on it, you'll see the image of the 2020 catalog, and you can either view it or download the digital version. We have, in this catalog, we have 324 new items, 6 sets, 117 new locomotives, 176 pieces of rolling stock, 5 track items, and 20 new accessory items. So it's jam-packed with new product in here. What the cover shot here, as you can see, is the large-scale Dash 9. And I'm going to throw this over to Ray for a few seconds. He's going to talk about the Dash 9. Here you go, Ray.
Okay, hi everybody. As I said before, we really miss seeing all of you guys. Here is the Dash 9. These are, sorry, I don't want to make everybody throw up or anything. There we go. These are some Norfolk Southern units that I've had. The Norfolk Southern ones that we do will have the Operation Lifesaver. This is not our first foray into 1 to 29. We also did the Peter Witt car, which is here for a size comparison. Now, the most important feature, or one of the most important features on the Dash 9, is the non-proprietary plug-and-play socket, which lets you use it on track power, either NMRA or NEM. It lets you put in DCC, or you can do battery and radio control, and also sound. Now, these have Phoenix Sound and Rail Links, which my friend Don Sweet from Radio Control Systems of New England put in, and he is going to have the next segment. They are going to come in 2 road numbers each. The Norfolk Southern, as I said, will be Operation Lifesaver. We have Burlington Northern Swoosh, Santa Fe Red and Silver, Union Pacific with the flag. Those guys are so hot online. And CSX with the yellow boxcar kind of logo. These guys have, I'll go through the features. I'm not going to read them because then the thing shakes and you'll get seasick. They have 2 3-axle trucks with 2 motors each, ball bearings. They have all metal details and handrails. They have cab lights, ditch lights, headlights, obviously, porch lights, see-through steps. The detail is phenomenal, and these are the most requested item we've had at the large-scale show over the last probably 5 or 6 years. We can't wait to get them in for you, and I think you're going to be very happy with them. So back to you, Mr. Larry.
Thanks, Ray. That was a great explanation of a new product there. We are anticipating a very high sell rate on these locomotives. All the dealers have gotten to us and say, we're so glad you did this. And they actually were the ones that encouraged us to do 2 road numbers in each locomotive. So we're glad that happened.
The power trucks, too, will be available separately.
That's right. I'd like to show you the Charger locomotive. This has been the most talked about product we've had in the last year. I've been with Bachmann 13 years, and this item is the only item that has ever sold out prior to actually shipping out to our dealers and our customers. We have a brief video showing you the incredible features of this locomotive. We could cue that up and play that for a few seconds, and then we'll come back and go over the rest of our recent products that we introduced.
fantastic, Larry. We appreciate it. What else is going on?
Well, you can watch the complete video on any videos that we're showing today. I just want to mention that on our YouTube channel after the show. So we've cut a few of them out to keep the time down. So we're going to continue with the HO stuff that we introduced last year at the NMRA show. We always make our new tooling announcements at the NMRA show. But one of the first ones we did was a 52-foot converted bulkhead center beam flat car. So these cars were used to utilize the existing flat cars in lumber mills, and we have that available in 4 road names. We have Canadian National, I'm showing here, BC Rail, we have Burlington Northern, and finally we have a Northern Pacific model as well. One of the other items in freight cars that we've had in our line for a while has been our streamlined rear cupola streamlined caboose. This has been around for many, many years in our line, but we've freshened up the tooling. We gave it some really nice paint schemes. We add window glazing to the whole model, and this will be available in 4 road names. We got Norfolk Southern, Grand Trunk, and Wabash, and finally Burlington Northern. Okay, going on to the locomotives we announced, we have the K4, which we've had a few times before, but this is the first time we've had it with the WOW Sound complete sound unit. So we had the K4 streamlined version about 2 years ago with the WOW Sound. This will have the same unit in there. It'll still have the high bass speaker in, so this will be good to go. What we did with this locomotive is we made 4 road numbers, but they do not repeat numbers we've previously done in the past. So if you already have some of our K4s, you can add to your roster a little bit. This is our 060 that we've retooled with a new boiler and new tender shell. We have 3 versions of the tender that you can look in our catalog and see. This is the first pre-production test shot sample. We'll have decorated samples shortly. Moving on to N-Scale. N-Scale, we have a couple of new freight cars that we introduced. Well, this was just a paint last year, but I thought it was really cool to show this. This is called Scholar, and it's got, one thing about this, got yellow truck sides on it, so side frames on the truck. Kind of unusual, so I thought it'd be a neat one to do. This model is selling very well and is available right now, is our New York Central Hudson with sound, economy sound, and it is available online from your retailers right now. GP38 we've done in 2 versions. This version is the non-dynamic rig version. This will be a sound value as well, and this should be out in about 2 months or so. Coming in stock soon are N-Scale high cube box cars. We have Santa Fe, Union Pacific, Rio Grande, and Burlington Northern. And that we also introduced a 100-ton hopper, and this is one of the paint schemes for that. I'm only showing one. It will come with a coal load, but I don't have that on this particular sample. Last year we introduced something really cool for your lab. If you have started with our easy track system or just a basic track system with analog and you want to move to DCC, a lot of people already have their track down, so they want to be able to change the turnouts to DCC turnouts. This is a track side decoder. This one has the sides punched out so you can plug in the plugs easily, but you can wire it from the bottom as well, and it's very simple to program. There's a video on our YouTube channel that shows you all about this. It's basically an HO scale structure, goes next to the track, plugs in. All you have to do is go through the programming steps. It takes about 2 minutes, and you've got a DCC turnout instead of an analog turnout at that point. This was, in addition to that product, we made one with basically the same stuff inside the guts, but this is a control box. Our control box that normally comes with our analog, this is an exact replacement for that. So if you have an N-scale item or an N30, or even if you've used an O-scale 2-rail product, you can turn your turnouts into DCC for that. So that's coming soon in a couple months, but this is going to be a big product for those who want to upgrade to DCC. Owen 30, there's new announcements of a couple things in the catalog. You can peruse them. There's a East Bros top set and some rolling stock. You can, like I said, you can download that. And then finally, our O-scale product line, Williams, we have some Easy Street cars. This is a red sedan. We have black sedan I'm going to show. And this is the sheriff's car. This adds a lot of movement to your layout. You can add streets to your O-gauge layout. And finally, we have they're in the large scale, but we also have them now in the egg-liners in O-scale. They'll be out later this year. So that's a recap of the products. One thing that I want to point out, that we did have a video scheduled, but we decided to save some time. It's on our YouTube channel. It goes over our starter sets. You know, if you're it's how people get introduced to this hobby. They come to the show, they get a starter set, and then they get into the hobby. So they're a very important part. We're the largest supplier of starter sets in all scales, you know, and HO and ON30 large scale. We have those 4 scales. And finally, I'd like to go to the Thomas segment of our show. We have Doug Blaine, our Vice President of Marketing. It's going to be queued up at the point where he's announcing the new products. Again, these are also in our catalog, so I'm ready to roll that video whenever you are.
As an addendum for our HO scale products, I forgot to mention that our Daisy project is coming along very well. She is designed and will be coming out in 2021. But I also wanted to move on to some new product introductions that you haven't heard about yet in all our scales. So in HO scale, I don't have to show them to you because you know what they look like. It's Thomas and Percy. But what's new and different is that they will be coming to you as DCC-equipped versions. We've had a lot of requests for DCC-equipped Thomas, so we didn't want to disappoint. They will be heading your way. Both Thomas and Percy are under development in DCC. Also new as HO scale models are some friends for Toby. You, of course, know our Toby locomotive. We've had Toby for a long time, one of our original offerings in HO scale Thomas. And Toby does have a friend with Henrietta that has also been out for a while. But we have 2 new pieces of rolling stock to go along with Toby. There was a special episode where Toby pulled a museum coach. And it's just for something different. A new paint scheme. These coaches are based on our red coaches. Here is the Toby's museum coach, a brake coach, and also available will be a regular museum coach. So this is the regular coach, and the brake coach has this extra bump out for observation in the back. Now, the original episode only had the brake coach, but we wanted to do them a pair like we do for the red coaches as a coach and the brake coach. And so these are just a nice, fun addition. And not only did Toby pull the brake coach, but Percy did as well in a special episode where he took Alicia Body to a party. So there's a good reason to add the brake coaches to your layout, and we hope you'll enjoy these. Also new in HO scale, and this is a big announcement here, is we have a totally new tooled locomotive coming your way in the name of Ryan. So we think you'll be pleased with that, and you can look forward to Ryan coming your way sometime soon in our Thomas and Friends line. And now I'm going to share some introductions in other scales. In N scale, we will have Toby coming your way, along with SC Ruffy. In narrow gauge, we had previously announced a narrow gauge brake van in red and blue. And to join the brake van, we will also have a new box van, also in corresponding red and blue, to go together. In HO narrow gauge, we have previously announced Peter Sam He is under development, is taking some extra time. Sorry for the delay, but he will be making his way to you in 2021. And we are also announcing a new yellow version of Rheneas. And now to large scale, we have 3 new pieces of rolling stock. We have 3 wagons that will correspond with our HO scale versions. I'll just show you those for reference. This is HO, but will be available in large scale. A Sodor scrap wagon and a Sodor coal wagon with a load and a mining wagon. So again, these are HO representations of what we will also have in large scale. And finally, in large scale, to join our large-scale version of diesel, we have a large-scale Paxton. So I've got one to show you. So that is indicative that we're pretty far along in this project. It's got a terrific paint scheme and a darker side rods compared to diesel. And this is just, I think, a really sharp-looking locomotive. I'm going to bring diesel up here again to show you side by side. Of course, Paxton also has moving eyes. And here is diesel. And these, I think, will make a great pair on your large-scale layout. So thank you very much for joining us for a review of all our products that are coming your way for Thomas and Friends.
Back, and I wanted to take this time to thank Larry and Ray. Great presentation, guys. You have a ton of new product. It's amazing to me. So congratulations, and also thank you for being a gold sponsor. Larry, thanks. Ray?
John, it's our pleasure. We were happy to be a part of this. You guys really do a lot for the modeling community and the railway community, and it's you give all your proceeds. So I know you're too modest to say this, but everybody out there, go to the GoFundMe page. There's a GoFundMe page for the Amherst show, and give it if you can. So it's a good deal. So thanks again for this, and we appreciate it.
Anytime. Thank you, Larry. Good to see you both. Ray, take care. Larry, we'll see you next time, and we'll meet next year at the Student Prince in Springfield.
For sure.
All right.
All right, guys. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, next up, we're heading on over to see RCS. They alluded to the RCS folks of New England.